The Great Pyramid of Giza, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, has captivated the imagination of humanity for millennia. Standing as a testament to the ingenuity, skill, and ambition of ancient Egyptian civilization, the Great Pyramid is not merely a monumental tomb but a symbol of human achievement. This article delves into the myriad aspects of the Great Pyramid, exploring its historical context, architectural brilliance, cultural significance, and the enduring mysteries that surround it. Over the course of 100,000 words, we will embark on a journey through time, unraveling the secrets of this ancient marvel and examining its impact on both the ancient and modern worlds. Chapter 1. The historical context of the Great Pyramid. The Old Kingdom of Egypt. The Great Pyramid was constructed during the Old Kingdom of Egypt, a period often referred to as the Age of the Pyramids. This era, spanning from approximately 2686 to 2181 BCE, was characterized by the rise of powerful pharaohs who sought to immortalize their reigns through monumental architecture. The Old Kingdom was a time of political stability, economic prosperity, and cultural flourishing, which provided the necessary resources and labor force for such ambitious projects. The reign of Pharaoh Khufu. The Great Pyramid is attributed to Pharaoh Khufu, also known as Cheops, who ruled during the 4th dynasty of the Old Kingdom. Khufu's reign, which lasted around 23 years, was marked by significant architectural achievements, with the Great Pyramid being the most prominent. The pyramid was intended to serve as Khufu's eternal resting place, ensuring his legacy would endure for eternity. The purpose of the Great Pyramid. While the primary function of the Great Pyramid was as a tomb for Pharaoh Khufu, it also served as a symbol of his divine authority and connection to the gods. The pyramid's design and alignment with celestial bodies reflected the ancient Egyptians' beliefs in the afterlife and the pharaoh's role as an intermediary between the gods and the people. Additionally, the pyramid complex included temples, causeways, and smaller pyramids for queens, further emphasizing its religious and ceremonial significance. Chapter 2. Architectural brilliance of the Great Pyramid. Design and dimensions. The Great Pyramid is a marvel of precision and engineering. Originally standing at 146.6 meters, 481 feet, it was the tallest man-made structure in the world for over 3,800 years. The pyramid's base covers an area of approximately 53,000 square meters, 13 acres, and its sides are aligned almost perfectly with the cardinal points of the compass. The accuracy of the pyramid's dimensions and alignment is a testament to the advanced knowledge and skills of its builders. Construction techniques. The construction of the Great Pyramid involved the quarrying, transportation, and placement of millions of limestone and granite blocks, each weighing several tons. The exact methods used by the ancient Egyptians remain a subject of debate, but it is believed that a combination of ramps, levers, and sledges were employed to move the massive stones into place. The precision with which the blocks were cut and fitted together is remarkable, with gaps between the stones often less than a millimeter. Internal structure. The Great Pyramid's internal structure is equally impressive, featuring a series of chambers and passageways designed to protect the pharaoh's burial chamber. The King's Chamber, located at the heart of the pyramid, is constructed from red granite and contains a sarcophagus believed to have held Khufu's remains. The Grand Gallery, a large ascending corridor, leads to the King's Chamber and is an architectural feat in itself, with its core-built walls and precise dimensions. The casing stones originally, the Great Pyramid was encased in smooth, white Tyrrell limestone, which reflected the sun's rays and gave the pyramid a dazzling appearance. Over time, most of the casing stones were removed, leaving the rough core structure we see today. The precision with which the casing stones were cut and fitted is a testament to the skill of the ancient Egyptian stonemasons. Chapter 3. Cultural and religious significance. The pyramid as a symbol of eternity in ancient Egyptian culture. The pyramid was more than just a tomb, it was a symbol of eternity and the pharaoh's divine status. The pyramid's shape, with its broad base and pointed apex, was believed to represent the primordial mound from which the god Adam emerged at the creation of the world. The pyramid's alignment with the stars, particularly the constellation Orion, further emphasized its connection to the cosmos and the afterlife. The role of the pharaoh was considered the living embodiment of the god Horus and the intermediary between the gods and the people. The construction of the Great Pyramid was not only a demonstration of Khufu's power and wealth, but also a means of ensuring a safe passage to the afterlife. The pyramid's design and inscriptions were intended to protect the pharaoh's soul and facilitate his journey to the realm of the gods. Religious rituals and ceremonies. The pyramid complex was the site of various religious rituals and ceremonies, both during and after the pharaoh's lifetime. Priests and attendants would perform daily offerings and prayers to honor the deceased pharaoh and ensure his continued favor with the gods. The pyramid's temples and causeways were also used for processions and festivals, further reinforcing its role as a center of religious activity. The pyramid texts. The walls of the pyramid's burial chambers and passageways are inscribed with the pyramid texts, a collection of ancient Egyptian religious spells and incantations. These texts, which date back to the 5th and 6th dynasties, were intended to guide the pharaoh's soul through the afterlife and protect him from harm. The pyramid texts are among the oldest known religious writings in the world and provide valuable insights into ancient Egyptian beliefs and practices. Chapter 4. The labor force and construction process. The workforce. The construction of the Great Pyramid required a massive labor force, consisting of skilled craftsmen, engineers, and laborers. Contrary to popular belief, the pyramid was not built by slaves, but by a workforce of paid laborers who were well fed and housed. Evidence from workers' villages near the pyramid site suggests that the laborers were organized into teams and provided with rations, medical care, and other amenities. Quarrying and transportation. The limestone blocks used in the pyramid's construction were quarried from nearby sites, while the granite for the king's chamber was transported from Aswan, over 800 kilometers, 500 miles, away. The transportation of these massive stones was a logistical challenge, requiring the use of sledges, rollers, and possibly even boats along the Nile River. The precise methods used to move the stones remain a subject of research and debate. Construction timeline. The construction of the Great Pyramid is estimated to have taken around 20 years, based on historical records and archaeological evidence. The project would have required meticulous planning and coordination, with different teams working simultaneously on various aspects of the pyramid's construction. The use of ramps, levers, and other tools allowed the builders to achieve the precision and scale necessary for such a monumental project. The role of mathematics and astronomy. The construction of the Great Pyramid required advanced knowledge of mathematics and astronomy. The pyramid's dimensions and alignment with the cardinal points suggest that the builders had a sophisticated understanding of geometry and celestial movements. The use of mathematical ratios, such as the golden ratio, in the pyramid's design further highlights the ingenuity of its architects. Chapter 5. The Great Pyramid in the Modern World. Archaeological discoveries. The Great Pyramid has been the subject of extensive archaeological research and exploration over the centuries. From the early expeditions of Napoleon's scientists to modern-day investigations using advanced technology, archaeologists have uncovered a wealth of information about the pyramid's construction, purpose, and history. Recent discoveries, such as hidden chambers and shafts, continue to shed light on the mysteries of the Great Pyramid. The Great Pyramid and modern science. The Great Pyramid has also captured the interest of scientists and engineers, who have studied its design and construction techniques to gain insights into ancient technology. The pyramid's precise alignment, use of materials, and structural stability have inspired modern engineering projects and architectural designs. Additionally, the pyramid's dimensions and proportions have been the subject of mathematical and astronomical studies, leading to various theories about its purpose and significance. The Great Pyramid in popular culture. The Great Pyramid has long been a source of fascination and inspiration in popular culture. From literature and film to art and music, the pyramid has been depicted and referenced in countless works. Its enduring appeal lies in its mystery and grandeur, as well as its association with ancient wisdom and knowledge. The Great Pyramid continues to be a symbol of human achievement and a reminder of the enduring legacy of ancient civilizations. Tourism and preservation. Today, the Great Pyramid is one of the most visited tourist attractions in the world, drawing millions of visitors each year. The Egyptian government and international organizations have made significant efforts to preserve and protect the pyramid and its surrounding complex. Conservation projects, such as the restoration of the pyramid's casing stones and the development of visitor facilities, aim to ensure that the Great Pyramid remains a source of wonder. The Great Pyramid of Giza, built during the reign of Pharaoh Khufu, 2589 to 2566 BC, is one of the most remarkable architectural achievements in human history. Constructed using millions of stone blocks, each weighing an average of 2.5 tons, the pyramid stands as a testament to the ingenuity and skill of ancient Egyptian laborers. This article explores the primary tools and techniques used by these laborers to construct the Great Pyramid. Tools used in construction. Stone hammers. Stone hammers were essential tools for shaping and carving stones. These hammers were often made from harder stones like granite, which provided the durability needed to work with large stone blocks. They were used to chip away at the stone to achieve the desired shape and size. Copper and bronze chisels. Copper and bronze chisels were used for more detailed work, such as carving and shaping stones. These tools were essential for creating precise cuts and ensuring that the stone blocks fit together perfectly. Copper tools were particularly effective for working with softer limestone, which was the primary material used in the pyramid's construction. Wooden sledges and rollers. Wooden sledges were used to transport heavy stone blocks from quarries to the construction site. These sledges were lubricated with water to reduce friction, making it easier to move the massive stones. Rollers, often made from tree trunks, were also used to transport stones, especially over rough terrain. Levers. Simple wooden levers were used to lift and position large stone blocks. These levers allowed laborers to move heavy stones into place with greater ease and precision. The use of levers was a fundamental application of basic physics, enabling the laborers to manipulate heavy materials effectively. Ramps were crucial for transporting stones to higher levels as the pyramid rose. There are several theories about the design of these ramps, including straight, zigzag, and circular ramps. Recent studies suggest that a combination of ramp styles would have been effective in moving stones to various heights. The ramps were likely made from mud brick or limestone chippings. Measuring tools. The ancient Egyptians used simple measuring tools like plumb bobs, leveling instruments, and sighting rods to ensure precision and alignment. These tools helped laborers achieve the remarkable accuracy in the pyramid's alignment to the cardinal points. The use of ropes and sighting rods allowed for precise measurements and ensured that the pyramid's corners were right angles. Wooden saws reinforced with metal edges were used to cut through softer stone types. These saws allowed laborers to make clean cuts and achieve the desired shapes for the stone blocks. Construction techniques. Quarrying. Laborers quarried limestone blocks from nearby sites using chisels and hammers. The Tura limestone used for the Great Pyramid was transported via the Nile River on barges. The process involved extracting large blocks of stone and shaping them into manageable sizes. Transportation. Transportation blocks were transported using wooden sledges, which were lubricated with water to reduce friction. The Nile River played a crucial role in transporting stones from quarries to the construction site. The Egyptians used systems of basins and waterways to deliver the stone directly to the construction site. Placement ramps were constructed to move stones up as the pyramid rose, allowing for precise placement of each block. The use of levers and counterweight systems also assisted in lifting heavy materials. The laborers worked in teams, each responsible for specific tasks, ensuring a continuous workflow. Alignment. The alignment of the pyramid was achieved using astronomical observations and simple measuring tools. The Great Pyramid is aligned with incredible accuracy to the cardinal points, showcasing the Egyptians' advanced knowledge of engineering and geometry. The use of the pole star or the sun as a reference helped in achieving this precision. Conclusion. The construction of the Great Pyramid of Giza was a monumental feat that required the use of simple yet effective tools and techniques. The laborers employed a variety of tools, including stone hammers, copper chisels, wooden sledges, levers, and ramps, to shape, transport, and place the massive stone blocks. The precision and alignment achieved in the pyramid's construction highlight the advanced engineering and organizational skills of the ancient Egyptians. This remarkable structure stands as a testament to human ingenuity and perseverance. The Great Pyramid of Giza, built during the reign of Pharaoh Khufu, 2589 to 2566 BC, is one of the most remarkable architectural achievements in human history. Standing at an original height of 146.6 meters, 481 feet, it was the tallest man-made structure in the world for over 3,800 years. The precision with which the pyramid was constructed, including its alignment to the cardinal points and the exact fitting of its 2.3 million stone blocks, continues to fascinate and puzzle researchers, architectural design and planning. The construction of the Great Pyramid began with meticulous planning and design. The vizier, Humayunu, is credited with overseeing the project. The pyramid's design incorporated advanced mathematical principles, such as the golden ratio and the use of pi, which ensured both stability and aesthetic beauty. The base of the pyramid is aligned with incredible precision to the cardinal points, demonstrating the Egyptians' advanced understanding of astronomy, construction techniques. Stone cutting and shaping. The precision of the Great Pyramid is evident in the individual shaping of each stone block. No two stones are identical, and each was cut and shaped specifically for its intended position. The ancient Egyptians used copper and bronze chisels to carve the limestone and granite blocks. The ability to cut and shape these stones with such precision indicates a deep understanding of material properties and advanced toolmaking skills. Transporting and lifting stones. One of the most debated aspects of the Great Pyramid's construction is how the massive stone blocks were transported and lifted into place. Several theories have been proposed. Ramps. The most widely accepted theory suggests the use of ramps to move the stones. These ramps could have been straight, zigzagging, or spiral in design, allowing workers to transport stones to higher levels as the pyramid rose. Levering and rolling. Workers may have used levers to lift stones and logs to roll them, reducing friction and making transportation easier. Labor organization. The construction of the Great Pyramid required a massive workforce, estimated to be around 20,000 to 30,000 workers. These workers were organized into teams, each responsible for specific tasks such as quarrying, transporting, and placing the stones. The labor force was likely composed of skilled workers who were well fed and housed near the construction site. This organization allowed for a continuous workflow, maximizing productivity. Tools and technology. The tools available to the ancient Egyptians were rudimentary but effective. Key tools included chisels, made from copper and later bronze. These were used for carving stones. Hammers, used for striking chisels and shaping stones. Ropes, utilized for lifting and transporting stones. Innovations in toolmaking, such as the development of more durable metal tools, contributed to the efficiency of the construction process. Challenges and solutions. The construction of the Great Pyramid faced several challenges, including environmental conditions, engineering obstacles, and the management of a large workforce. The extreme heat and unpredictable weather posed difficulties for the workforce. Ensuring the structural integrity of the massive stone blocks required meticulous planning and execution. Coordinating a large workforce and maintaining adequate supplies of food and materials were essential for the project's success. The Great Pyramid of Giza stands as a testament to the ingenuity and advanced engineering skills of the ancient Egyptians. The precision with which it was constructed, incorporating advanced mathematical and astronomical principles, continues to inspire and challenge modern researchers. The legacy of the Great Pyramid serves as a reminder of the remarkable capabilities of ancient civilizations and their enduring impact on human history. The Great Pyramid of Giza, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, has stood as a testament to human ingenuity and architectural prowess for over 4,500 years. Built during the reign of Pharaoh Khufu, Cheops, in the 4th dynasty of the Old Kingdom of Egypt, the pyramid is a marvel of engineering, precision, and scale. However, one of the most enduring questions surrounding this monumental structure is the nature of the workforce that built it. Were the laborers who constructed the Great Pyramid slaves, as popular culture often suggests, or were they volunteers, possibly motivated by religious devotion, civic duty, or other factors? This article delves into the historical, archaeological, and sociological evidence to explore this question in depth. Chapter 1. The Great Pyramid of Giza. An overview. The historical context. The Great Pyramid of Giza was constructed around 2580 to 2560 BCE during the 4th dynasty of the Old Kingdom of Egypt. It was built as a tomb for Pharaoh Khufu, who ruled Egypt for approximately 23 years. The pyramid originally stood at 146.6 meters, 481 feet, and was the tallest man-made structure in the world for over 3,800 years until the completion of Lincoln Cathedral in England in the 14th century. Architectural marvel. The Great Pyramid is composed of approximately 2.3 million limestone blocks, each weighing an average of 2.5 tons. The precision with which these blocks were cut, transported, and assembled is a testament to the advanced engineering skills of the ancient Egyptians. The pyramid's base covers an area of 13 acres, and its sides are aligned almost perfectly with the cardinal points of the compass. The workforce estimates of the number of workers involved in the construction of the Great Pyramid vary, but most scholars agree that it required a workforce of around 20,000 to 30,000 laborers. These workers were not just unskilled laborers, they included skilled craftsmen, engineers, architects, and overseers who managed the complex logistics of the project. Chapter 2. The Slave Hypothesis. Origins of the slave narrative. The idea that the Great Pyramid was built by slaves has its roots in ancient Greek historiography. The Greek historian Herodotus, often called the father of history, visited Egypt in the 5th century BCE and wrote about the pyramids. Herodotus claimed that the pyramids were built by 100,000 slaves working in shifts over 20 years. This account has been widely disseminated and has influenced popular perceptions of the pyramid's construction for centuries. Biblical influence. The biblical story of the Israelites' enslavement in Egypt, as recounted in the book of Exodus, has also contributed to the belief that the pyramids were built by slaves. Although the Bible does not explicitly mention the pyramids, the association between ancient Egypt and slavery has led many to assume that the pyramids were constructed by enslaved Israelites. Modern interpretations. In modern times, the slave narrative has been perpetuated by films, literature, and other forms of popular culture. Movies like The Ten Commandments and Exodus, Gods and Kings have depicted the pyramids as being built by slaves, reinforcing the idea in the public imagination. Chapter 3. The Volunteer Hypothesis. Archaeological evidence. In recent decades, archaeological discoveries have challenged the slave narrative. Excavations near the Giza Plateau have uncovered workers' villages, such as the one at Hayt el-Ghurab, which provide insights into the lives of the pyramid builders. These villages were well organized, with evidence of bakeries, breweries, and medical facilities, suggesting that the workers were well cared for. Skeletal remains. Analysis of skeletal remains from the workers' cemetery near the pyramids has revealed that the laborers were not slaves but rather skilled workers who were well fed and received medical care. The bones show signs of healed fractures and other injuries, indicating that the workers had access to medical treatment. Hieroglyphic inscriptions found at the site suggest that the workers were organized into labor gangs with names like Friends of Khufu and Drunkards of Mangkor. These names imply a sense of camaraderie and pride among the workers, which is inconsistent with the idea of forced labor. Economic and social context in ancient Egypt. Labor was often organized through a system of corvée, a form of conscripted labor that was considered a civic duty. Workers were not paid in money, but were provided with food, shelter, and other necessities. This system was not slavery but rather a form of communal labor that was deeply embedded in the social and religious fabric of ancient Egyptian society. Chapter 4. The role of religion and civic duty. Religious motivation. Religion played a central role in ancient Egyptian society, and the construction of the pyramids was closely tied to religious beliefs. The pyramids were not just tombs. They were also seen as vehicles for the pharaoh's journey to the afterlife. Participating in the construction of a pyramid was considered a sacred duty that would bring favor from the gods and ensure the pharaoh's successful transition to the afterlife. Civic duty and social cohesion. In addition to religious motivation, the construction of the pyramids served as a means of reinforcing social cohesion and demonstrating the power and authority of the pharaoh. By participating in the construction project, workers were contributing to the stability and prosperity of the kingdom. This sense of civic duty would have been a powerful motivator for the laborers. The role of the state. The state played a central role in organizing and overseeing the construction of the pyramids. The pharaoh and his officials were responsible for mobilizing the workforce, procuring materials, and managing the logistics of the project. The state also provided for the workers' needs, ensuring that they were well fed, housed, and cared for. Chapter 5. The logistics of pyramid construction. Workforce organization. The construction of the Great Pyramid required a highly organized workforce. Laborers were divided into teams or gangs, each with a specific task. Some workers were responsible for quarrying and transporting stone, while others were involved in the actual construction of the pyramid. Overseers managed the different teams and ensured that the work progressed according to plan. Quarrying and transporting stone. The limestone blocks used in the construction of the Great Pyramid were quarried from nearby sites. The largest blocks, weighing up to 80 tons, were used for the pyramid's core, while smaller blocks were used for the outer casing. The blocks were transported to the construction site using sledges, rollers, and possibly wooden cranes. Construction techniques. The exact methods used to construct the Great Pyramid are still a subject of debate among scholars. Some theories suggest that ramps were used to transport the blocks to higher levels of the pyramid, while others propose that internal ramps or levers were used. Regardless of the specific techniques, the construction of the pyramid required a high degree of precision and coordination. Timeframe and labor shifts. The construction of the Great Pyramid is estimated to have taken around 20 years. Workers likely labored in shifts, with some working during the day and others at night. The use of shifts would have allowed for continuous progress on the project and would have minimized the physical strain on individual workers. Chapter 6. The lives of the pyramid builders. Daily life. The workers who built the Great Pyramid lived in purpose-built villages near the construction site. These villages were equipped with all the necessities of life, including housing, food, and medical care. The workers' diet was rich in protein, with evidence of meat, fish, and bread being consumed regularly. Health and well-being. The skeletal remains of the pyramid builders suggest that they were generally healthy and well-nourished. Many of the workers suffered from injuries related to their labor, such as fractures and joint problems, but these injuries were often treated and healed, indicating access to medical care. Social structure. The workers were organized into a hierarchical structure, with overseers and officials managing the labor gangs. The workers themselves were likely skilled laborers who took pride in their work. The sense of camaraderie and teamwork among the workers is evident from the names of the labor gangs and the inscriptions found at the site. Religious practices. Religion was an integral part of the workers' lives, and they likely participated in religious rituals and ceremonies related to the construction of the pyramid. The workers may have believed that their labor was a form of worship and that they were contributing to the pharaoh's journey to the afterlife. Chapter 7. The economic impact of pyramid construction. Resource allocation. The construction of the Great Pyramid required a significant allocation of resources, including labor, materials, and food. The state was responsible for mobilizing these resources and ensuring that the project was completed on time and within budget. Economic stimulus. The construction of the pyramid would have had a significant economic impact on the surrounding region. The demand for labor and materials would have stimulated local economies, creating jobs and opportunities for trade. The workers' villages would have been hubs of economic activity, with bakeries, breweries, and other businesses catering to the needs of the laborers. Long-term economic benefits. The completion of the Great Pyramid would have had long-term economic benefits for Egypt. The pyramid served as a symbol of the pharaoh's power and the kingdom's prosperity, attracting visitors and trade from other regions. The pyramid also served as a focal point for religious and cultural activities, further enhancing its economic significance. Chapter 8. The legacy of the pyramid builders. Cultural impact. The construction of the Great Pyramid had a profound impact on Egyptian culture and society. The pyramid became a symbol of the pharaoh's divine authority and the kingdom's unity. The workers who built the pyramid were part of a larger cultural and religious tradition that emphasized the importance of communal labor and civic duty. Technological advancements. The construction of the Great Pyramid required significant technological advancements in engineering, architecture, and logistics. The knowledge and skills gained from the project would have been passed down through generations, contributing to the development of Egyptian civilization. Historical significance. The Great Pyramid of Giza is one of the most iconic structures in human history, and its construction is a testament to the ingenuity and determination of the ancient Egyptians. The workers who built the pyramid played a crucial role in shaping the course of history, and their legacy continues to inspire awe and admiration. Chapter 9. Debunking the slave narrative. Misinterpretation of Herodotus. The slave narrative surrounding the construction of the Great Pyramid can be traced back to the writings of Herodotus. However, Herodotus' account is based on second-hand information and is not supported by archaeological evidence. Modern scholars have questioned the accuracy of Herodotus' claims and have pointed out that he may have misunderstood or misrepresented the nature of the workforce. Lack of evidence for slavery. There is no archaeological or historical evidence to support the claim that the Great Pyramid was built by slaves. The workers' villages, skeletal remains, and hieroglyphic inscriptions all point to a workforce that was well organized, well fed, and motivated by a sense of duty and pride. The role of propaganda. The slave narrative may have been perpetuated by later rulers and historians as a form of propaganda. By depicting the pyramids as being built by slaves, these rulers could emphasize their own benevolence and contrast their reigns with the perceived tyranny of earlier pharaohs. The importance of context. Understanding the context in which the Great Pyramid was built is crucial for debunking the slave narrative. The construction of the pyramid was a massive communal project that was deeply embedded in the religious, social, and economic fabric of ancient Egyptian society. The workers were not slaves but rather skilled laborers who were motivated by a sense of duty and pride. Chapter 10. Conclusion. The question of whether the laborers who built the Great Pyramid of Giza were slaves or volunteers is a complex one that has been the subject of much debate and speculation. While the slave narrative has been perpetuated by popular culture and ancient accounts like those of Herodotus, modern archaeological evidence paints a different picture. The workers who built the Great Pyramid were not slaves, but rather skilled laborers who were well organized, well fed, and motivated by a sense of duty and pride. They lived in purpose-built villages, received medical care, and participated in a communal project that was deeply embedded in the religious and social fabric of ancient Egyptian society. The construction of the Great Pyramid was a monumental achievement that required the coordination of thousands of workers, the mobilization of vast resources, and the application of advanced engineering and architectural techniques. The workers who built the pyramid were part of a larger cultural and religious tradition that emphasized the importance of communal labor and civic duty. Their legacy continues to inspire awe and admiration, and their contributions to the development of Egyptian civilization cannot be overstated. In conclusion, the evidence suggests that the laborers who built the Great Pyramid of Giza were not slaves but rather volunteers who were motivated by a sense of duty, pride, and religious devotion. The construction of the pyramid was a communal project that brought together skilled laborers, engineers, and overseers in a shared endeavor that has left an indelible mark on human history. The Great Pyramid of Giza stands as a testament to the ingenuity, determination, and unity of the ancient Egyptian people, and the workers who built it deserve to be remembered not as slaves but as skilled and dedicated individuals who played a crucial role in shaping the course of history.